I joke and I say that I grew up here in Keller Williams because I was 23 years old when I joined Keller Williams. Well, I'm originally from Tacoma, Washington, and I lived in Seattle, Washington till I was in high school, which we relocated to Minneapolis, Minnesota. My senior year in high school, I did one of those assessments, a career assessment that they give you to try to figure out what you want to do with your life. The assessment said that I would be a good property manager. So I took that idea and I ran with it, and I signed up for real estate school. When I was in class, I found out people were selling houses and making some decent money, and it seemed simple enough. So I decided I was gonna be a real estate agent. And I worked at a couple of different brokerages until 2005, when I was introduced to a man named John Butler. For 18 years, I've worked alongside him. And I always tell people, everything I learned in real estate, I learned from, I call him Papa John, because he's like a father figure to most of his leadership team. He demonstrated leadership, he demonstrated inclusive leadership in a way that allowed me to have so many opportunities in real estate and in Keller Williams. When I met a young guy named Trey Adams, he was in my coaching program. And he asked me to help him start a team. So I did. We started the Signature Group, which is often the #1 team in the Minneapolis area today, is the Signature Group. And we started that team several years ago, and I decided eventually that I was sick of Minneapolis, and I have always wanted to go to Dallas, Texas. As life would have it, however, I had some interruptions in my transition to Texas, but I ended up still deciding that I was still gonna go to Texas, and I moved to Texas in 2020. Of course, everybody knows what happened in 2020. Literally 2 months later, we were in quarantine. It was COVID. And so how do you start a new team and a new business and a state you've never been to in the middle of a pandemic? So I took a role as coaching, I think what was the title? Head of Training and Coaching at a market center in Richardson, Texas. And I was working in that capacity when George Floyd happened. And of course, as we know, in 2020, Gary created the Social Equity Task Force. I had a history of working in diversity and working in Black homeownership and working in all those types of things, and writing curriculum and teaching and chairing diversity committees and et cetera. And so I was asked to be on the Social Equity Task Force for our region in the North Texas region. As a result of that, I had the opportunity to meet Gary Keller. There's just so many different opportunities that exist in real estate, but especially in Keller Williams. And honestly, it has changed my life in so many ways. It's navigated and guided my life in ways that I see other people in other industries I couldn't imagine anything else that I'd rather do than be in real estate and be here at this company.